his speeches that he had a remarkable sense of humor, which I see in Barack Obama. For example, one of Lincoln's opponents charged him with being two-faced. Lincoln said, "Does the gentleman really believe if God had given me two faces, I'd be wearing this ugly one I have on tonight?" Recently, I heard an interviewer say to Senator Obama, "Sir, the rap against you is that you have so little experience." "Well," said Barack, "experience is important. But the man in Washington who has the most experience is Dick Cheney, the vice president." And then he added, "and some people are not entirely satisfied with his experience." And here in South Dakota, we especially question the vice president when he has a gun in his hand and is out hunting South Dakota pheasants. Another trait that Senator Obama shares with Lincoln that drew me into the campaign is that Lincoln devoted his presidency to preserving the American Union against division. That was his central objective, to which he devoted 4 years of back-breaking effort and a terrible bloody war. So when I hear Senator Obama saying America must come together, men and women, black and white, young and old, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, and then he goes on to say we're not red states or blue states, we're the United States of America. With the war clouds gathering in 1861, Lincoln said in his first inaugural, "We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Though passion may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affection. The mystic cords of memory, stretching from every battlefield and patriot grave to every living heart and hearthstone all over this broad land, will yet swell the chorus of the Union, when again touched, as surely they will be, by the better angels of our nature." I wish I'd have thought of that line. That's just wonderful. I'm for Senator Obama for president because he consistently appeals to the better angels of our nature. He is our he is our best hope, in Lincoln's words, for a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. So, amen and good night.
Well, you were just listening to Senator George McGovern address the crowd, get him fired up a little bit for Obama. He preached Obama's message of change and how Barack Obama, in his opinion, would be able to unite this country. George McGovern spoke quite a bit about how he's, in his 22 years in office, things were much more bipartisan than they are today. He talked about working with Senator Bob Dole and different changes that he was able to make while in office, and he says that things have really changed in Washington, D.C., that, as I think most Americans know, things are much more partisan today. That's one of the main pledges in the Barack Obama campaign, that he would change that he would bring people together, and that he would unite this country. Now, one interesting thing that George McGovern mentioned was that the Clintons did work tirelessly for him in the 1972 presidential race when George McGovern was running, and initially George McGovern did endorse Hillary Clinton. He says the rest of his entire family went to work for Barack Obama. But lately, George McGovern changed his mind and says it's time for the Democratic Party to unite behind Barack Obama. Lou, pretty good reception from the crowd there from Senator George McGovern.
Yes.
Lou, can you hear me?
Angela.
We've got
Angela.
we've got a crowd of about 5,300 people out there, and they're getting pumped up to see their candidate.
5,300 people clapping in unison. They're pretty fired up. George McGovern did a good job working the crowd. One thing I noticed several times, he mentioned that he didn't just believe that Barack Obama was going to be the Democratic nominee for president. He said several times he felt Barack Obama will be the next president. Focused on Barack Obama's message as of being a uniter, and of course a comparison to Abraham Lincoln doesn't hurt. He's a Republican that every Democrat could like, and when you're talking to a state that's primarily Republican, you know, I'm sure the part of the message coming out tonight will be that he's a Democrat that Republicans can like.
Those comparisons to Abraham Lincoln have come up before. Just the fact that both men are from Illinois alone has been something that's been compared in the past. And now, are we waiting for former Senator Tom Daschle to speak now?
We're waiting for Tom Daschle, and what I've been told is he won't give as long of a speech. He's mostly here to do the actual introduction. I did notice in the back there were a lot of Democratic South Dakota state legislators. Scott Heideprim, among several others who have endorsed Barack Obama. They're kind of making their way through the crowd, though, so we'll see if they take the stage with Daschle or not to make this introduction. Of course, recently a lot of the party leaders have come around behind Barack Obama as it becomes more apparent that he will be the Democratic nominee.
It's interesting to note, Lou, that Tom Daschle is a superdelegate who supports Obama, despite the fact that as majority leader in the Senate back when Bill Clinton was in office, he had to work closely with Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary on many issues. Yet Daschle is also, fairly early on supporting Barack Obama.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senator Tom.
And they've just introduced former Senator Tom Daschle. He's making his way up to the stage.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Let me ask you this. Is George McGovern not the treasure of this country? Thank you, George McGovern. Thank you. You know, before we came out, I said, you're going to see one of the most enthusiastic, fired up crowds you will see anywhere in the country. Are you fired up tonight? Do you want to see change in the United States of America? Do you want to take this country in a new direction next year? I do too, and I can't tell you how excited I am about this election and about what it can mean for each and every one of us. I look around and I see so many hopeful faces, excited faces. People who haven't been involved in politics before are coming forward saying, this is the year I'm going to commit to my country to make a difference for the rest of the world. So I thank you for being a part of this. And together, you know what we're doing? We're making history. We're making history in Sioux Falls, South Dakota tonight. It has been my good fortune to know our honoree tonight for many years. He is the epitome of the American dream. raised by a single mother.